I spent years trying to eat healthier. All I wanted was to finally achieve that lean body that was on my Pinterest board every single new year, and I knew that changing my nutrition was going to be the way that I would do it. But a lot of the eating habits that I thought were healthy were actually the things that were stopping me from getting lean. Most of us grow up thinking that if you eat clean, avoid high fat and high sugar foods, and generally try to be disciplined, fat loss should just happen. But there is a huge issue with that, because some of the habits that you've been led to believe are healthy are actually the things that are keeping you stuck. And then you end up confused about why you're doing everything right but not getting any leaner. By the way, I'm Abby. I've coached hundreds of women through this, and I've been through it myself. The second I stopped doing these habits and started eating in a smarter way, my results completely changed. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 healthy habits that stopped me from getting lean, why they kept me stuck, and what I do instead now, so that you can avoid these same mistakes. Number 1, I tried to be absolutely perfect with my food, to the point where I wouldn't even eat anything processed. And I had good intentions. I wanted to change my life, and I thought that would mean no more bad foods. Logically, it made sense. The chocolates, the sweets, the takeaways, they were the things that were getting in the way of me getting lean. So remove them and I would get lean, right? Wrong. I learned the hard way that adopting this mindset was actually the reason that I was failing my healthy eating, honestly, every 2 weeks. I was putting so much pressure on myself to be absolutely perfect that when I did mess up and, for example, eat 1 biscuit, I would girl math my way to convincing myself that I had completely ruined it and I may as well just go all out and then start again tomorrow. But the problem was never that 1 biscuit. It was the fact that I demonized it so much, which would then affect the decisions that I made afterwards. But even after I figured this out, there was still another habit that was keeping me stuck, and honestly, it is the biggest healthy eating trap of all. I was eating healthily, but way too many calories. Healthy does not mean low calorie. Avocado, granola, nuts, seeds, hummus, they're all healthy, but you won't get lean if you're unknowingly overeating them. A smoothie bowl, easily 600 calories. Hummus and crackers, 400 calories without even noticing. A handful of nuts, 200 calories if you're lucky. And this is why I was stuck. I truly believed that I was eating well, but I was still in a calorie surplus pretty much every day. I still remember going through a phase where I would eat an entire bag of trail mix for my dessert every night because I thought that was the better option over a chocolate bar. And yes, of course, it would have been a more nutrient dense option, but I was probably eating the total number of calories that I needed in a day just in that one sitting. But even once you understand calories, there is another healthy habit that almost guarantees that you're going to get cravings later on in the day. And that is skipping your breakfast or trying to save calories. I used to feel like I was being disciplined if I skipped breakfast. But for most women, doing that literally just delays your hunger until later when it hits you like a ton of bricks. You spend the morning feeling fine, you get to lunchtime and you feel proud of yourself for making it until then, and then 3 p.m. hits and you get insane cravings. By 8 p.m, all of your willpower is out the window and you end up overeating. That's not just because you can't control yourself later on in the day. Skipping breakfast or saving calories earlier on in the day is what leads to that overeating in the evening. Fat loss is not about starving earlier and then just hoping for the best later. Stable hunger levels will mean that you make better decisions all throughout the day. So please stop trying to save your calories for later, because it will just continue to backfire on you. But let's say you are eating regularly throughout the day and you're still getting intense cravings and really struggling to stay full. You might be eating healthy but not enough protein. Healthy meals like salads, avocado on toast, smoothie bowls can have hardly any protein in unless it's been added intentionally. I know everyone and their dog talks about protein, but it is a really key ingredient in keeping you full. So it's important that you're having enough of it throughout the day. Once I started basing my meals around 30 to 40 grams of protein, I stopped grazing throughout the day and my calories dropped naturally. I've actually done an entire video on how I personally hit 125 grams of protein per day without any supplements or powders. So if you're interested in that, make sure you watch it after this video. Okay, this last one fooled me for years because it hides behind the label of being healthy, and that is choosing low fat everything. I thought fat was bad. I thought fat makes you fat. So I would pick low fat spreads, low fat yogurts, low fat sauces. And I'm not saying that those items can't be helpful, because they absolutely can help you in reducing your total calorie intake. But healthy fats also play a key role in keeping you full. They stabilize your appetite and they make meals a lot more satisfying, which actually helps with fat loss because you end up snacking less and consuming fewer calories overall. So here's how this all ties together. Once I stopped trying to be perfect perfect, stopped blindly following healthy labels, fueled properly earlier in the day, added enough protein, and stopped being scared of fat, fat loss suddenly became easier, more enjoyable, and way more sustainable. Healthy eating is great, but healthy eating for fat loss is a completely different skill. And once you learn it, everything gets easier. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.